Oh, stop it. Stop it. We're live. We're live on the pre-show, buddy.
The toupee.
Wait, we're already live?
We are live on the pre-show right now. You and me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's the season premiere. This is the 7th year
I know, right?
we're doing this. Isn't that unbelievable?
It's incredible how long we've been doing this together, man. And here's my challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I have been looking forward to this, having both Tim and Harry and Adrian actually on with us.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to not gush like a fanboy. That's my challenge.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, this is great. This is something we've been talking about for a long time.
Yep.
And we're finally doing it. So this is a great way to kick off the year, really. I mean, I couldn't think of any better way.
Nope, I couldn't either. And it's not easy, right? These guys are busy guys. I know Tim is, and I can only imagine what Harry and Adrian have to go through every day. So.
I know. Giving up time with their families
Right.
to hang out with you guys, the community.
Yep.
So, we really thank them for, I mean, and all the videos over the years too. I mean, so many videos. It's been great.
Know. I was just looking at how many videos I've done with Tim, and it was a lot. We had
Hundreds.
1,000 maybe. It was crazy.
1,000 videos.
It's crazy, man. It really is. But yeah, it's a lot of videos, and I'm sure you've done a pile of videos with Harry, right?
Yeah. Not enough though. I mean, we gotta step it up.
I just thought of a question I want to ask. I'm going to put it on our little Q&A thing here. What's it like to have Dragons and Yankee in the shop?
Oh no.
Should we ask that? I don't know. We might.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, we should. I'd be curious to know what impact that you have made for Harry and Adrian in his shop.
You know what's the funniest thing? I'm gonna let something. We're live here, but
it's a pre-show. We haven't really started, so you got 3 minutes before we really get going.
Okay,
what are you gonna say?
A quick little story I want to tell you. So when I went to a coin show, I won't say which one, and Adrian was there with me. People were coming up to Adrian like right and left, like, "Oh my gosh, it's Adrian! Is Harry here?" And just like it was so awesome. And then they'd be like, "Oh, is Dragons here?" And then they kind of like look at me or whatever, and it'd be like, sometimes Adrian would be like, "Oh, he's security," because I'm trying to maintain the incognito,
Yeah. Oh,
so
man.
it's a good time, but
and you're not disruptive in there, I'm sure, right? You'd never get in the way.
I don't think so. Well,
No, we'll ask them later. We'll ask them, to be honest.
I probably have gotten in the way.
No, I know.
But I actually did a video where I was working at Harry's Coin Shop. This was over a year ago. I need to do another one.
Yeah.
But I think I was pretty helpful. I mean, I was like working the till and stuff. So hopefully I didn't mess up anything too bad.
Whoa, they let you touch the money?
Yeah, I only got confused between the gold and the silver once. And no, I'm kidding. I'm like selling gold eagles. Yeah, these are $30.
Oh, man.
No.
All right, so we're going to be getting going in 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go.
Get a little bit of information about Harry's business?
Can you? Yeah, in just a minute, we're going to introduce and talk a little bit about each other's shop.
I'm curious, where are these guys located anyway?
Oregon.
You're in Oregon. Oh, it's like the middle of the afternoon there.
I know, right? It's exactly. Exactly.
Not even dinner time yet.
Yep. So it's coast to coast coin dealers. Do you remember? I wonder if anybody in the chat knows what the name of our show was. Like 6 years ago.
Someone knows.
Someone's got to know in the chat. What was the name of the first, the live stream collaboration that you and I?
Yeah, there it is. Check Stacker, coast
to coast. Yep.
And then season 2, it was coast to coast stacking.
That's right.
And then I don't know if we did that for 2 years before we went to Silver Pros. I don't remember.
I think it was 1 year, and then we shifted it to Silver Pros.
Yeah.
It's the longest.
Silver Pros is the best.
I don't think we have. I don't know of any other collaboration that's gone on that long in our stacking community. Do you?
Oh no, not even close.
It's a real honor to do it with you, buddy. And it's
Yeah,
been
we got to
fun.
keep it going.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, so we should probably go live now. I can't wait. I can't do it. I gotta go it. All right.
Wait, let's go live.
All right, we're live now with Silver Pros. Thank you so much for watching. So glad you could join us on Season 7 premiere of Silver Pros, sponsored in part by SD Bullion. I'm your host, Yankee, and as always, I'm joined by my incredible co-host, who has, by the way, one of the most watched silver and gold stacking channels on YouTube, Silver Dragons. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? Happy to be here. I'm so excited for Season 7. It's going to be a great year, and I'm happy to do it again with you, Yankee.
Yeah, I think we've been off a couple months, and maybe there's some people that are first-timers on Silver Pros, so why don't we tell them what we usually do with Silver Pros throughout the year?
Sure thing. Yeah. So usually we go twice a month. It's every other Thursday night, and we alternate between our two channels. So it'll be on Yankee's channel, and then it'll be on the Silver Dragons channel. So usually you can get it once a month, but if you want to catch every episode, you got to make sure you subscribe to both channels. And we just have fun. We do live Q&A, and we're going to do that tonight, aren't we?
Yeah. Our goal, what's our motto?
Our motto, stack like a pro.
Oh, yeah. We try to help you stack like a pro and have fun doing it. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight because we have two coin shop dealer OGs joining us for this premiere. Tim Marshner of the Coin and Stamp Shop in Manchester, New Hampshire, and
Harry Krause of Harry's Coin Shop in Beaverton, Oregon. And, of course, Adrian Gomez, I call him the Coin Wizard from Harry's Coin Shop, is going to be here as well. So they're kind of like the coast-to-coast dealers, right?
Yes, exactly. And we also have a tremendous giveaway from our Silver Pro sponsor, SD Bullion. I'll show that later. Actually, it didn't put it on the thumbnail for this live stream, but I'll show it to you in just a bit. We'll put your names. Actually, I need to start capturing names. I'm going to do that right now, capturing all the participant names in the chat. That's all you have to do in order to get in on the giveaway later on tonight. Just put something in the chat, and I'll gather it up, and we'll put it on the Wheel of Names, the trusted, non-rigged Wheel of Names. We'll give away some silver at the end of this live stream. So how about we let these...
I can't wait any longer.
I know, right? We got to let the guys in, right? All right.
Bring them in.
There we go. Look at this. We got
them all live right here.
Look at that. Let's just let the chat soak this in because this has never happened before. In fact, I think, what do you think? We need to formally introduce them, right? Because this is the first time they've been together, right?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'll start. So on the far left, we have Adrian Gomez. What's up, Adrian?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you.
Great to have you. And, of course, right next to him is Harry Krause. What's up, Harry?
Hey, good to be here.
And
I've been reading in the comments, people are excited for this show, but I have to tell you, so am I, and frankly, a little nervous, if you want to know the truth.
No need to be.
Are you nervous, Tim?
No, just tired.
Oh, you're not nervous usually in our live streams, right?
No,
not at all. He's an old pro now.
My job is to get you off your game.
Yeah, that is the goal, isn't it? Right? He loves to tease me, so who knows what's going to happen tonight. We've got some provocative questions that might really feed some interesting responses. But this is Tim Marshner of the Coin and Stamp Shop in Manchester. Tim, it's great to have you as always.
Thank you.
All right.
It's fun being here.
This is always fun. I know that Dragons and I have a lot of questions to ask you too. And here's the deal, though. We would love it so much if that sometime throughout this live stream, you ask each other some questions. I mean, he's a coin shop dealer like you. And Harry, I know I think you've watched some of Tim, right? You've seen him before?
A lot of Tim.
What?
I'm a big follower of Tim, and I have great respect for you, Tim.
Well, I wish we were a little closer together because I would probably be spending a lot of time at your shop.
Thank you.
I've been to Oregon once, I think. It was an absolutely beautiful state. And our ride through Portland was terrific, but it was so long ago that things have really changed. one of my favorite companies was located there, and I think it was a kind of a shock to the industry when whites went out of business. But my memories of Oregon are really, it's like a place that I always wanted to go back to, and I guess the people who run the state have been changing it, slow but surely. But it's a beautiful part of the country.
Have you been out here, Harry or Adrian, out to New England?
I've been to Connecticut, and does New York count as New England?
No.
No.
Heavens, no.
No. I
Southern.
guess, does Connecticut count?
No, not quite.
Okay.
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont,
I've been
Massachusetts,
to the
Connecticut,
airport
Rhode
in
Island.
Bangor, Maine.
You been to Maine?
Well, just to the airport in Bangor.
Oh yes, that's up there.
Hey, Tim, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
Just from listening to some of your videos, I get the sense that you might have come from the corporate world long ago. And because I started out after college with IBM, don't you have a similar background?
I did. Right out of college, I had to go in the Army, like most people my age. And when I was at Fort Dix, I think I was the only person there who ever went to the library. And I decided I was going to find a career. So I was reading the Wall Street Journal and Barron's and Fortune that nobody else read. And just in studying around, I said, this IBM is a pretty good company. And I was a truck driver, but also I used to carry the base commander around in a Jeep. And his office had a lot of IBM equipment. So I said, this looks really interesting. So when I got out, because I was in the reserves, I right back to where I went to college, and the placement office had no connections to IBM. So I kind of wandered in myself at Providence, Rhode Island, and got hired almost immediately. I was, and so I was there
What
for
division were you,
24
with?
years, I guess, when IBM had a buyout.
You want to know what division you were in?
Oh, well, I started out in Office Products. Office Products became Office Systems, and then they all got smashed together. So the Office Products division was really, it was kind of a family company.
So you had the
And-
word processor and things like that in those days.
Yeah,
this
that
electric-
was when I started. It was typewriters, mostly typewriters.
Okay.
But then all the word processing systems appeared within a couple of years from my joining. That's when, like the Mag Cards Electric came out, and then they, farther down the road, the Display Writer, which is the best word processor ever. And then they had a couple of interfaces with the data processing division, and by the time the personal computer came out, the rest is history. Like
Yep.
the Office Products division was history. But it was.
Do you recall a division called Information Records? We sold the diskettes and the data modules, and
I do
magnetic tape.
remember that, but that was most of that division was associated with a data processing division. And
Why is that, Harry?
we worked a lot with GSM. I think was the division, like office computers and smaller systems, small for those days, not small like for
General
these days.
Systems, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's one of my customers back in those early days was the Littleton Coin Company.
Really?
Yeah, because they had I guess it was called an addressograph multigraph to send out their catalogs, but somebody had to turn the crank, kerchunker, to address all these catalogs. And so we got them some automation. They were a customer of mine for one, maybe two systems, but their business just took off, and they were getting larger and larger computers like every couple of years. But it was fun going up there. So
You wore
And,
white shirts and blue suits and
all
sincere
I
ties.
still wear white shirts. 'Cause
Yeah, yeah,
I still have a whole closet full of them.
me too.
Big
Yeah.
Blue, you had to wear blue, right?
Oh, it was pinstripe suits
Oh,
and
man.
wingtips. Yeah, it's all the whole deal.
Well, I know a lot of people. I saw some super chats come through just to let you know, Tim and Adrian and Harry, just how excited people are. Redneck Coins super chat at $10. We get the two best dealers, coast to coast Yankee, get to helping Tim. We'll get to that in a bit. Hi, Harry, Adrian, and King Richard. Thank you for the $10 there. Rad super chat at $10. Wow, crew, what a great crew. Fiat currency is slavery. Rad also super chat at $10. I've dedicated a disturbing amount of time watching and listening to these five gentlemen. Education, power, respect, and kindness. And Master Blaster super chat at $2. So thank you guys so much. I know you're probably dying to ask the brain trust that you're seeing right now some questions. Obviously, any super chat questions are going to get priority. If you do that, I'm going to stop everything. We'll just ask the questions. But I am going to open up a Q&A section later on in the live stream, and you can put your questions in there as well.
Can I ask a question so we can kind of get to know everyone a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would love to know how you guys got started with coins and or silver. Maybe if we could start on the left. So start with Adrian and Harry, and then go to Tim. Just real quick, like kind of what was the first thing that got you into this sort of hobby?
Yeah, well, for me, it was my dad. My dad was collecting coins, and he'd always show me things that he would get in the mail. He collected as a boy in Mexico, and also here in the U.S. He was actually a member for Littleton. So I remember he'd get coins in the mail, and silver eagles and whatnot, and I couldn't wait to get those envelopes in the mail and wait for my dad to get home so we can open them and go through them. So that gave me the bug for sure.
Wow. What about you, Harry?
My dad was an avid collector and vest pocket dealer in the late 50s and right through the 60s. And our house was a constant stream of what my mother called his coin cronies, an interesting bunch to be sure. And I just liked to sit in his office when he was talking with his cronies and just listen. And I got active with him when I was nearly 8 years old, when the copper nickel replaced the silver coinage, and we would go through reams and reams of bags of coins and looking for the silver and pulling it out, and also collecting silver certificates and bringing it to the San Francisco Mint to trade in for silver shot. So those were my early introductions. Just my dad was excited, therefore I was excited.
How about you, Tim?
It looks to me like Adrian and Harry and I have something in common. I collected coins because my father was an avid collector. He was born in 1910, so when he was growing up, everything was in circulation, absolutely everything. And so I started when I was probably 5 years old, and I really concentrated on trying to duplicate what my father was duplicating, but 20-cent pieces and Indian head pennies weren't still in circulation in large numbers. So what I did was I actually got a paper route, and I had two bankers on the paper route, and they would always give me somewhat rare coins. Every week that the cost of the paper was $1.05. So usually I'd get a Morgan dollar and some unusual nickel. But I got 2 cents of paper. So I had to go to work for my father's he would buy the coins, and then I had to work it off so I could, put them in my collection. But I can't remember much about not collecting coins. I've done that my entire life. And becoming a dealer, I think, was circumstances in my life changed. So I had to find something other than the demands on my time for working for IBM. And I got a great buyout from IBM. IBM I still think, is the best company in the history of American business. But I had to do something else to have more time with my kids, and that's when I bought the coin shop. And It was the dealer was he was kind of desperate to sell the business, and it's just been a labor of love that I haven't had enough time to do correctly. And
Oh, come on. I
well,
think you've done it very well,
it's
actually.
just the inventory grows every day, and this year it's been more stuff coming in than going out, which is very interesting.
We're going to get to that. What year did you buy the coin and stamp shop?
Let's see. We closed on it in 1991. And it was actually I started with a partner, and he decided after about 6 months he'd had enough.
Of it or you?
Well,
I'm kidding.
yeah, I bought his
In
interest
1991, is that what you said?
yeah.
Wow, that's the year I was born.
Really, Dragon?
Me and Adrian,
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah,
And
I-
Adrian, you're both the same age, right, Adrian? You
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Dragons?
yeah.
That's great.
I'm a little bit older, I think, but yeah.
Well, I'm old enough to be your father, for crying out loud.
I am your father. How about you, Harry? When did you start your shop or buy it or open it?
This month is actually 9 years that I started the shop. I started it from scratch. I didn't buy anybody's business. I worked in a shop in the early 80s called Jonathan's Coin and Stamp in Southern California. And I was in my 20s at the time, early 20s. And from age 24 to age 59, I dreamed of having a coin shop. And it took me to age 59 to open this place. And I finally did it. And I wish I had done it 20 years earlier, but there's no going back. But I've not regretted any of it.
That's
Wow.
cool. And
Now, I am kind of curious. I know this is, silver pros, but we've seen gold do some incredible stuff in the last year. Went to a new all-time high. So maybe we could kind of get a sense of what your thoughts are on with gold and silver. Kind of where are we at right now?
Yeah.
Are we sort of in the middle of a bull run? Is it ending? Kind of just big picture. We'll start with you, Tim. What do you think?
Well, I've been saying the same thing for what now? 6 months.
6 months.
The manipulation of gold is beginning to really concern me. It used to be that when the dollar gained in value, the dollar index went up, gold would go down. It was like clockwork. But of course, there's some mathematics involved because as the changes in the dollar, all the commodities would be repriced because they're posted in dollars around the world. But that hasn't been happening in the last few months, going back to maybe September. There's been enough manipulation so the big money has been able to send gold wherever it wanted it to go. I think that when there was a chance that Kamala might get elected, the big money pushed gold up. Even when the dollar was going up, the price of gold was going up. And then the election came, and the day before the election, I heard the experts say, well, it's looking good for Trump, and he's likely to add stability to the markets. Well, the day after the election, gold took like a $50 drop, which made more sense. But now it's back to the same pattern. When it should be going down, it's going up. And any of the corrections are short-term, corrections that last 2 or 3 hours, and or half a day. And I honestly, I don't understand what they're accomplishing. If they force it up to an all-time high, I would expect a big short, because that's where the real money is. But I don't see central banks buying much right now. I don't see customers buying much gold right now. We have people who are selling it back to me every day. And it can't continue like this because as sooner or later it'll be too expensive for everybody. So they will likely short it. It's unfortunate that this can be done without investing a whole lot of money, but the payoffs are really good if you're able to manipulate a short at an all-time high. There's a lot of money involved, and unfortunately, I think it's more controlled than we've ever seen before. So,
Wow.
Wow.
What do you guys think, Harry and Adrian? I mean, do you think that's kind of where we're at, or do you have a different thought on, big picture with gold and silver?
I don't have the insight Tim does to the manipulation or people controlling it. It just I'm more of, I look at the day to day, and I can agree with Tim for sure that there's more selling of gold here in the shop than people buying it. That part.
There
is
you
true.
go. I was wondering about that.
In fact, I'm honestly, other than the U.S. gold being Eagles and Buffaloes, most of the gold we get in the shop, like Maples, Britannias, anything not U.S., ends up at the refiner. And so it's kind of disturbing to me that things that used to sell well, like kangaroos and Philharmonics and even Maples, don't sell at all anymore here. And yet the price went up 29% last year. So you'd think there'd be a lot of excitement. So it's been an unusual market. Silver's not behaving that way, but gold for sure, a lot more selling to us than we are selling to the public.
well, yeah, you and I are in exactly the same boat. And, I keep telling Yankee, we got to make a big trip to one of the wholesalers because I have more foreign gold, and and now I used to carry, I'd order in tubes from one of the wholesalers, and then I would work out, when I got that 20 coin tube down to 10, I ordered more. I can't remember the last time I ordered gold from the wholesaler. It's just been coming in every single day. Fortunately, we get a lot of American Eagles. People are reluctant to part with the Buffaloes. So I haven't been buying as many Buffaloes, and I could really use some, but I hesitate to buy it at this price because I'm expecting at least a correction at some point of $50 to $100, which would be a better time to buy the Buffaloes that I need. But I have number of Maple Leafs I have now in stock is crazy. I had a customer pick up 30 Krugerrands, which is that's like a boondoggle for me because I've always been a Krugerrand fan because when I started there was no other game in town. But I'm looking at what I have in stock, and I had a lot of Krugerrands, and this customer who bought them made a wise decision because they are priced so much lower, and they have to the molecule the same amount of gold in them as any other gold coin. The things that I've been buying that I'm not thrilled about are 100 Coronas. We don't really have any trouble getting rid of Britannias or Philharmonics. But some of the secondary stuff, like, I've got a lot of sovereigns. I got a lot of 20 francs, Swiss francs. The quarter ounce that I have, they're from Cunha, Tristan da Cunha.
Those are pretty.
And
Yes,
they're pretty.
they are. They're
But
nice.
Where's that? Well, it's an island, a group of islands in the South Atlantic. Oh, well, do you have any quarter ounce American Eagles or Maple Leafs?
There it is. Yeah.
But I have a bag of these things. They're all in capsules. And then I had another very good customer sell me a bag of foreign gold from everything, from South America, from all over Europe. And so one of these days, if I can't find someone to buy them, we're going to have to take a trip.
You buy everything, though.
I do. I buy everything.
Harry, do you buy everything that comes in that somebody's going to sell if it's legit?
we certainly make an offer on everything because we don't want to cherry pick, and we don't want people to feel like, you know, they've got to go to us and then to another place and another place. So we make an offer on everything.
You and I have exactly the same philosophy. You can't cherry pick anything, but that's why I have boxes of stuff all over my store.
Well, I've seen it on the videos, and I'm impressed with, and I've said this on at least one of our videos, Tim, that how much you have invested in inventory. It's obvious from the videos.
Yep.
And I don't think people appreciate, who are watching, the pressure on cash. I don't know your circumstance, but just in general, that puts an enormous pressure on working capital to have the money sitting there.
Yes. Yeah.
Adrian's father taught me, and Adrian, of course, first, there's a saying that he has, is that still money makes no money. So when it's sitting there doing nothing, you know, it's not working. And it's a stressful, at least for me, it's a very stressful thing to have a lot of gold just doing nothing.
Well, yeah, but the only saving grace is these people who control the price of gold continue to bump it up. And the wholesale that I use is started to pay less and less for mainstream gold. You know, maybe taking a percentage point off of some of the mainstream coins, which really surprises me. But they're also selling coins for a better price. Now, the U.S. Mint is kind of insulated from that because their prices are high to start with. But it's hard not to, no matter what you're selling, you're making good money because these guys keep forcing the price of gold up. So if you get a chance to sell something, you're making good money at it. But I mean, you're tying up as much money as I've got tied up in gold is, it's kind of crazy. And I keep threatening to Yankee. Say, if you can come in and help me get all this sterling silver together, then we can go get in the car and take a trip.
And what did I tell you last time? Pick a date. We got to pick a date to do this so we can close the shop.
You work this every night.
You work 6 days a week, Tim.
Yes, it was 7 actually. Because
You got to take a day off.
You got
I
to
do my laundry on Sunday, and then I go back to work.
Oh man!
You know,
so he's giving me. Can we ask about the whole Yankee and Dragons in the shop question?
Okay.
Because he called me out there, right?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
All right. So I'm going to start with the good side here. So tell me, Harry and Adrian, what's it like having Dragons in the shop? Either for filming, when he goes in.
Oh gosh,
what's it like?
It's awesome. He's always here with a smile, and we always has such great ideas for topics, and he's a natural. He's a natural. I do have to say that, and everybody here knows him, and he's just a great guy and helpful as can be, and it's a pleasure to have him around, honestly.
Wow.
And it's a pleasure for our customers too. Just yesterday, there's a mother and daughter duo that come in frequently, and Silver Dragons was in the other room with Adrian, and the ladies called me over to the showcase, and one of them whispered, "You don't have to answer this, Harry, but is Silver Dragons in the house?" And I said, "Yes, he is. Would you like to meet him?" I mean, it's a real big thrill because he's got such a large and loving following that when he's actually here in person, people really, really get a kick out of it.
Oh, thanks for saying that, Harry. I appreciate that.
That's the truth.
Yeah. Well, it's great to talk to everyone that comes through the door. I wish I could be there more often, to be quite frank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
It
what
sounds
about
like your shop, Tim? The phone's always ringing. What do you think?
The phone is always ringing, but we have such good customers. Today was good because we had a few walk-ins. I mean, people, because I was taking so much time with one or two customers, they said, "Oh, I'll have to come back." But the regulars are really interesting people, and we do get involved in political discussions every now and then. But they're as far as coins or gold and silver, they're all well educated, and just about everybody who's in the store today and yesterday were our followers are Yankees, and you know, the first thing they say is Yankee coming in today?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, yeah, we got to finish out the question here. So, what is it like, Tim, to have Yankee in your shop? What's the vibe?
It's always fun because he gets to interview customers. Or I'd say about half don't want to be on, don't want their faces recorded, but the other half are more than willing to talk. And it's just everybody has their own life and their own needs and their own aims, and it's just fun hearing that, you know, people who are buying gold and silver all have their own reasons, or if they have to sell something, they have their own reasons. And for a lot of people who are selling, they're selling things, selling to get money for a good cause. You know, to add something like I did the other day, add a new furnace to the house, or a new wing on their house, or to get something else done.
Right. But it is fun to hear the stories, though, isn't it?
Everybody has stories, and they're very interesting people.
Very interesting.
And I would say, because of where we're located, New Hampshire is actually a very conservative state. We do have two representatives in Congress and 2 senators, like everybody else, and they're all Democrats, which is unusual because we don't see many Democrats in the store. You know, the state behind the scenes is a very conservative state, and we have free staters there. But the other people, that, you know,
wonderful libertarians and conservatives, and yes, you do have Democrats and liberals come into your shop.
We do,
and you are awesome with them.
But they're a little afraid to enjoy in the conversation.
Yeah, you can intimidate some people when we get into the political talk. So we're not going to go too far with the political talk, just in case somebody's worried about that tonight. But am I net positive or net negative?
Oh, definitely a positive.
Okay, good. You give me a hard time about these.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, you always run out of stickers, right?
These would last maybe a week.
No, I got a whole bag down next to you, so you can take those as well.
We got to start doing that, Harry. I got to bring in some dragon stickers.
Yeah, you do.
Where are the stickers, Dragon?
We need swag.
I
didn't realize.
Can I shout out a few people, though, that are really generous in the super chats are coming in. This is so wonderful to see. I saw DL Stacker super chat at $20, said Dream Team. I couldn't disagree. Devin Helibera super chat $2. Is it better to stack silver bullion or junk silver? Hey, there's a good question.
Anybody want to take that one?
Well, the way we deal with it here, if I may answer that, we ask the people, when they ask us that question, for what purpose are you stacking? Because if someone fears a future where there's barter potentially, then we try to steer them to the US 90% because of the small increments and how recognizable the coinage is. If they don't fear a future with barter, but are just making an investment in the precious metals, then I think the 1 and the 10 ounce bars and coins and rounds are a lot easier mathematically to deal with. So I like to find out a little more from the customer. Why are you stacking at all? For what purpose? And then we can steer them one way or the other based on why they're doing it.
Excellent.
Yep, definitely. I agree there with Harry. Another thing I would consider too is what's easier to sell around where you live, because you can order a lot of the stuff online. But if you had to get rid of your stack and liquidate, is it easier for you to sell those rounds or that 90% silver? That's another thing to consider.
Yep.
Boris Kafka super chatted $5. What do you see for the next generation of collectors and stackers? Is it more bullion than numismatics? Any trends you gentlemen have seen? You've seen it.
Well, I think my most avid collectors are buying gold and silver. And we do have 1 or 2 customers that say, hey, you wouldn't happen to have a 1909 SVDB, would you?
That was awesome.
I mean, we get that a lot. And today it was a 1922 Lincoln Cent, 22 plane that I'm sure I have someplace, but I must have looked at 25 or 30 albums, and I didn't find one. So that must be upstairs. With all the other things that people ask about are upstairs. And so I'm going to have to go find that.
How about you, Adrian? Are you here? Are you seeing more bullion? Just give me the Eagles. Or are you saying, no, I want to collect. I want graded. I want slabbed. I want collectibles, numismatics.
So here at the shop, we have a mix of both, I would say. I mean, we have a large volume of people that come in, the stackers that are, religious with their stacking. They come in and buy their ounce of silver a week, or people that come in and buy their ounce of gold a month, whatever it might be. But then you also have the true collector, and we do a lot of sales on our, on our whatnot and through the shop of numismatic pieces, a lot of graded things. Silver dollars, pre-33 gold is it's still pretty hot. I know premiums have fluctuated on that, but it's something that I would say is a mix of both.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And the thing is, like with new stackers, it's like, I mean, if you're a stacker, you love the silver, right? But even if you're a stacker, you love the coins. We all kind of start one way and then go the other. It seems whichever one you start with, eventually it bleeds into the other half. Hey, Check Stacker asked a question for Tim. Do you have any original inventory when you bought the store back in 1991? So like, he says maybe hiding in the mysterious upstairs.
Most of the original inventory that's still there is in the safe, the same place it was when I bought the store. And it would be boxes of Mercury dimes and Walking Liberty halves, and all the good ones have been taken out of there pretty much. A box of let's see, large cents, half cents, which have been picked over the years. There's still a lot of numismatics left in the store, but they're pretty much collecting dust or just being overlooked because the modern this market is all about bullion or pre-33 gold or something like that. So we're really concentrating on the gold and silver, and there really isn't much time in the day to service the collectors. But when they do come in and give me a list of what they're looking for, and at night I go looking for that. Everything has changed. I mean, barter is certainly a big concern, and it is. I don't know what it's like out in Oregon, but we have a lot of farm stands where they'll take silver. One fellow who was a very regular customer has an ice cream stand. He takes gold and silver, mostly silver coins for ice cream. There's going to be more and more of that, but and I agree, with Harry that you have to find out what people want to do with this stack and whether they're facing a barter situation. And we always let them know that we have dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and that's probably the easiest because it's already recognized as currency. But we have it's split probably half and half.
Half and
the
half.
People are buying bullion, stacking bullion for whatever happens in the future, and a lot of people who buy, junk silver and constitutional, you want to call it. I do service customers who want their change in dimes, for example. I have some people from are not in near New Hampshire who send me orders from around the country that buy small amounts of constitutional, and I don't mind selling any amount. What if they only want $20 or $30 or $40 in junk silver? I'm glad to do that for them, and we just find a less expensive way of sending it. And but it's I think we're finding probably the same mix of people that are concerned about barter and they just putting something else away.
I have a question.
Tim, may I ask you a question? If this is Harry.
Yeah, go ahead, Harry.
With regard to the bullion that you sell, silver bullion, do you have a round or a government ounce or a bar that sells better than others? Or is there a preponderance of customers that want just one type of round? What's most popular in your shop?
Probably the 1 ounce Buffalo. And I was getting a lot of the Regency, the ones that are not finished. They are textured, I guess is the best. And I just got some from Frontier. Is it? Did I show you those?
No.
I got a big box of these. And
Frontier
they're really,
Buffalo?
yeah, they're really well finished. And so everybody who's seen those that's the one they want. But I ordered a box of 500 of those. Yeah, I think it's Frontier.
Okay. I'll check them out.
And as soon as I did that, I had a customer come in and sell me 250 buffaloes. And then the next
Figures,
day,
doesn't it?
next day, someone came in to sell me 300 buffaloes.
Oh.
And so now I am buried in buffaloes. And but the Silver Eagle is still probably the most popular coin of all.
We attacked
And-
those 2025s. Are they gone?
They're they at least half of the box is gone. Maybe a little more than half of the box
Wow.
is gone.
What about other governments like Krugerrands or Maples in silver? Do you carry anything like that? And
we
if
have
so,
a huge
what's the
following.
big seller?
A huge following for Maple Leafs. Charles dampened that a little bit, but if you
Yes.
want Maple Leafs, you got to put up with Charles. And we do have a large following for Britannias as well. People are always asking about Libertas. We just don't see many in the Northeast. And I would imagine if you're on the West Coast, you probably see more Libertas than we would ever see. But
Not much more.
There was a lot in Arizona when I was there last week.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, they don't go very far because everybody I talk to on the West Coast says, well, we buy them all the time. But I think the fact that it's just silver, and the fact that the price of silver is staying relatively low is giving everybody an opportunity to do some stacking, and I think that's a good thing. Gold has been kind of a pain in the rear end, I have to admit, because we don't see a lot of people who want to buy it at this level. But if it dropped $100, we'd probably have gangbusters with it.
I want to thank Carlos for the $50 super chat and Amy for the $5 super chat. I also have a couple from a member of Rig Nation, Tiger Stacker, dropped a total of $10. Nice to see you fine gentlemen, such fun, nice men, Harry, Tim, Adrian, Dragons, and even Yankee, despite his rotten rigged wheel. Okay. Harry, Adrian, the wheel is not rigged, right? Could you just state that for everyone here? Harry,
wheel?
Adrian.
It's a giveaway wheel. I don't even know if they know what it is.
Oh, they
Do you
might
guys
know.
know what it is?
I've seen it. Yeah. No.
It's a running joke. Sorry. Yeah, and Tim knows, right? It's totally not rigged.
It's not rigged.
Yeah, thank
but
you very
I've
much.
never won anything.
Okay,
I
all right.
didn't-
So it's the
I've
giveaway
never
wheel
won
at the
either.
end. Thank you, Tiger. I appreciate what you said. He said I should sell my Buffalo Bullet to you, Tim. This is the Buffaloes, the gold Buffaloes. You helped me build that.
Really?
Yes, you did.
I wasn't watching you, I guess.
I know. I kept coming into your shop. It took a while to get those Buffaloes.
Was it taped?
No, it's not taped.
We actually
do
just got
thing.
another $20 super chat from
you
Lisa Jane, and she asked, "What numismatic item would you recommend to collect if asked?" So I guess any numismatic. What do you guys think, Adrian? What do you think?
I really think that the seeded series is
I'd
something
slip it in
that's
my
a
coat pocket.
sleeper right
Except it's
now.
too heavy.
You can get some low mintage stuff, and if you can go for the proofs or the mint state, I would say to jump on that. Especially half times, I think it's something that there's some room to grow.
Seeded. Okay, what do you think, Harry, for numismatics?
I've always been an avid collector of U.S. type coins. So not trying to complete any particular series, but when I say type coins, just getting a nice example of one of every U.S. issue, whether it be a silver dollar, a commemorative, a half-cent, a 20-cent piece, as Tim mentioned. In other words, Dansko makes this great album, if you can find one, that has a space for one of each of those coins. And once you fill all the spaces, then you can spend years upgrading it. But it's a really, really wonderful aspect of the hobby, and you don't have to buy any great rarities to get some really valuable, beautiful coins, I should say, for not a lot of money. For instance, if you're trying to complete a Morgan dollar collection, there's a handful of coins that most of us will never have. But if you're trying to complete a typeset, you can complete it and upgrade it over the years without a lot of money and have a really good time doing it.
That's true. What do you think, Tim? What's your favorite numismatic for people to collect right now?
Oh gosh, Morgan dollars just won't go away, and I have a huge inventory. But the ones that people want are the most expensive ones that don't last very long in my store. So I have lots of very common dates. But Morgan dollars have always been healthy. It's a great collector. I would say we have a lot of people collecting Lincoln pennies, but all the ones I know about are always trying to fill that last hole in the collection. I was a big fan of 20-cent pieces because my father collected those, and all of those got mixed with the store inventory. They're all gone except for one. I had one that I sent out,
which you promised to show me.
Oh yeah, I know exact where it is. It's buried.
Bring it in sometime.
It's
studio. I want to see.
It's a little bit of a problem. It's a 1875 Philadelphia. They only made 39,000. I believe they released to circulation 36,000. Philadelphia was the center of the ones that were melted down when the Washington Quarter came out. So nobody really knows how many of these are still available. Mine, I sent it out for to be certified back in the mid '80s, about the time that these two, PCGS and NGC started. And so they put this coin, graded AU, in one of those early holders. And I was looking at the other day; it's almost black now. And
wow.
I see Adrian nodding his head like he knows exactly what you're talking
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking about. The old Rattler holders.
Well, it's very disturbing for me. And
Bothers you, doesn't
every
it?
time I look at it, I feel like crying because they put this coin with this nice bright coin in that holder, and it's almost black now. Now I've heard that NGC has restoration services. That may be because of their early holders were so damaging to the coins.
They ruined them.
So one of these days I'm going to call them on the phone and say, I had this thing certified. You didn't tell me it was going to turn black, and see if they can somehow straighten it out.
Speaking of protecting your coins, Rad had a question here. Super chat at $10. I said, question, how can I convince myself not to put every single coin and round I have into an airtight? Intellectually, I see how ridiculous it is. Emotionally, I want these babies. I want to baby those beautiful things. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, should we put these coin capsules on, modern bullion?
Well, I see that your buffalo.
This is different. It's 24 karat. I got to protect it. It dings really easily, man.
Yeah, that's overkill.
I'm
come on.
I'm almost shocked at how many people spend a small fortune on capsules.
How about 24 karat? Wouldn't you want to? I mean, 22 karat like the eagle.
I don't see gold coins tarnishing it at all.
No, it's not about the tarnish.
They
It's about
don't.
dinging it up, protecting it against each other.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
look
could,
at the face. He's like, he's shaking his head on
We
it.
should do a poll in the chat, don't you think?
I should.
That's ridiculous for gold, Yankee. Come on.
No, for
you know better
20
than that.
well, these capsules.
I have tubes of eagles and maples and all my buffalo rounds and all those, just tubes, no capsules. But 24 karat gold, I mean, the Yankee Cannon is 22 karat American gold eagles. They're in a tube. Just a single tube.
Yeah.
I don't capsule
know.
them.
I think
right,
Harry
what do you want
and
me- what's the-
Adrian would agree.
What do those
that there-
capsules cost you? That
Oh, stop it! What I got them for my stocking for Christmas, for goodness sakes. I don't know.
Oh, it's a
That's the only
present
way
to
to
your
get
yeah.
wife?
So what's the question,
Oh,
Dragons?
okay,
What's the
okay.
question for the poll?
Well, just, are capsules necessary for bullion? Just say bullion, because it could be silver or gold. But at the end of the day, we're talking about something that was mass produced that is not intended for collecting. The condition does not necessarily matter that much. So let's ask the people. We got 2,600 people watching right now.
Wow. Okay, there's the poll. Are capsules necessary for non-numismatic bullion?
I guarantee. I mean,
I'm
this
gonna
is-
vote.
Let's
I'm
don't
gonna
forget, folks, this is also a hobby, and if it brings someone a little more pleasure by protecting that piece, it's, I get it. I mean, yes, it's stacking and it is bullion, but it's also a joyous thing if you love the design and you like looking at it and you like handling it. It's just a way to keep it nice.
Do you want that in a capsule, Tim? What do you think?
I mean,
Show it. Show it.
well,
Show
I
the-
think it looks great is in a capsule. Yeah. That's a really good picture of Donald Trump.
It's Donald Trump. Right.
But
Yeah, listen, that's unique,
unlike the
right?
one that they sell.
Oh, I know, right? I'm going to vote no. I would vote no.
You know,
on that
I was
question.
I
supposed
voted no.
if back in 1987, if I had taken the my 20-cent piece and put it in a capsule, it would look great today.
Here it is, right?
right, but is it necessary?
I know.
68% are saying no, it's not.
That's not necessary. Frostbite, thanks for the $5. And no, I haven't gotten the magnet to Tim yet. Devin with the $2 super chat. Eddie with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Dan Webb, $2. Wade Musso, super chatted $2. On a grandkids budget, would you do coin or bullion? Wade wants to know. On a grandkids budget.
I'd say bullion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. John Check, super chat at $5. What do you think about taxes on gold and silver, Minnesota taxes coins, but not bullion? You don't have taxes on bullion out there in Oregon, right?
We have no sales tax at all here
Oh, that's
on
good.
anything.
Another good state.
Yeah, we don't either. That's awesome.
One of the few.
Yeah, right? Excellent.
Just buy bullion then if it's not taxed.
Do
Absolutely.
you have tax in New Hampshire?
No.
tax.
tax?
No.
No sale, no income, no dividends and
income
interest
tax?
now.
No, it's just property taxes.
Just property taxes,
Property
right?
taxes are out of sight.
Michael Porter, is foreign gold or a good coin to buy and stack now? Foreign gold.
Foreign gold is pretty inexpensive. I mean, I have
A pile of
about
it.
75 Swiss 20 francs.
Do people come into your shop, Harry, and ask for foreign gold?
Very seldom for things like 20 francs or British sovereigns. We do get the occasional buyer of a Cru Grand or Maple, or if I have it in the showcase and that's all I have, they might settle. But honestly, it's just dried up. The interest in those things has really dried up.
Yeah, there
But like
really
Tim
is.
says, it's quite a bit less expensive. In fact, if gold takes a bit of a rise in a given week where I've bought some Cru Grands, I have found myself selling them at melt.
Wow.
Wow.
Liza Jane 84 super chatted $20 and said, "What numismatic item would you recommend to collect if asked?" Adrian, what
I
would
think
you
we-
tell somebody? Hey, you want something that will appreciate? You want to collect something? Get this. What would it be?
That's a tough question. There's so many variables to that question, but I would say it's just look at something that's a low mintage and as high grade as possible. For example, the 2020 V75, that was something that was good,
Oh
and
man.
I see those things appreciating and they're still hanging in there. I would say look for something like that, that is low mintage and something that'll keep a track record of appreciating.
Well, Adrian, one thing I'd I know that I've talked with you about this year is the U.S. Mint is coming out with the DC Comics coins, and I know it sounds silly, but it's a 3-year run, so they're going to keep the series going for 3 years. And this first year, they're coming out with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman, which I think will be less popular. But I really think that Batman and Superman could do really well over the next 3 years. So something to look at.
Yes, definitely. I agree. But just to answer that question, if I had to pick a coin,
Yeah.
I would pick a 93S Morgan. Those things are always in demand, and it's a coin that if you're
They're in
hoping
demand
for
because there are hardly any
for it to
around.
increase in value, I would say a 93S.
They're rare, right?
They're very rare. I mean, I think every collector who wants one probably has one, which means that there aren't any left for anybody else.
Do you have any in your shop, Adrian?
Yes.
How many?
Geez.
We have one right now.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, if I had a 93S come in my shop tomorrow, it would be gone tomorrow.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
You've got
We've had good luck with too is we have a fella who works with us named Bill Sweeney, and he's a historian and a lawyer actually, and he has created a world coin department in our shop. And world coins, I'm not talking about investment, but just value for your money. You can get some beautiful, beautiful silver pieces for far less than, say, something from the same era in the United States. If you're just looking for a piece of history and a beautiful coin, the world coins can be really a great value.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and I want to remind everyone, type something into the chat because we're going to be giving away some silver here in just a few minutes.
There's so many great questions, though, man. There, Amy, Harrell, thank you for the super chat. Tiger, Frazzle, Halos, and Frostbite. You guys have been so generous with the super chat. But I'm looking at one here from Ferg, who asked this question with a $5 super chat. Do you guys believe silver will spike and never go back as demand has outpaced production since the early 2020s for the first time in history? Anybody want to feel that one?
Never's a very long time, so I don't traffic in nevers or alwayses. I just don't. It could spike very high, but there's just no never in this or any other business or situation.
I still think that the Comex has a vested interest in keeping the price of silver down. Because they are supposed to have a fair amount of silver in reserve to back up the paper trades. And I think they're way out of compliance.
Way out.
You don't know what the number is?
I think it's crazy. What's the debt clock tell us? Do you have that handy?
Oh, it's got to be 450 to 1 paper trades. Somewhere in
That's
that
crazy,
ballpark.
man. It's just wrong. And silver's so easily manipulated that way, much easier than gold.
Can I sneak in one more question here before we wrap this thing up?
Oh no, we got a few more questions, and then
I know, but I want to get one in.
All right, go for it.
So, okay, inflation adjusted all time high is about $144 right now.
For silver.
But if we look at the what is it? Shadow stats. Inflation adjusted all time high for silver is $400 to $500. So my question is, do you think we could see silver price get that high this decade?
Can I clarify when you say shadow stats, just for anybody that's listening that might not know? That was looking at inflation the way it was calculated back in the 90s, because they have changed, they have gamed the way they calculate the CPI. So if we were to look at it back in the 90s, the way they calculated inflation, our all-time adjusted high for silver is, like you said, between $400 and $500. So
that's based on the 1980 price?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is from when the Hunt brothers, 1980. Yeah.
Correct.
Do you think we could see silver go that high this decade?
Not in my lifetime.
Oh, that doesn't count, Tim. Come on, man.
Oh,
You're going to live a long
My
time.
lifetime is a little shorter than anybody else's. No, I don't. Honestly, I don't see it. I don't see it going up $400 or $500. And
Wow.
it's going to be a stretch to get back to 50, where it's been, twice in real dollars. I'd like to see it go up to 100. I think that it would be more in a proper relationship with gold if it were around 100.
Yep.
I just don't see it happening.
How about you,
And
Harry?
I also
Go-
don't
Harry,
see any
Adrian?
shortages in silver.
Oh, you don't see shortages. I know
don't
you
see
don't.
any
Yeah,
shortages.
there's plenty of silver. How about you, Harry?
I agree.
I think history somewhat defines the future. And like Tim said, silver's been at 50 twice, but it's never been at 100 or 300 or 400. So since it's never been there, I'm not enthusiastic or optimistic rather that it's going to get there this decade or any time beyond. But I think $50 is not out of reach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Harry, but I would say maybe I'm a little optimistic. I'd say, look at gold. Just to think that gold is over $2,000 an ounce, just to get past that point. When it was at $1,200, that seemed like a far goal. And we look at today, we're at $2,760. And it's that's something that was unimaginable in the past couple of years. So I'd say 50 for sure. I think we'll get to that point again. But 100 doesn't seem too unrealistic looking at the price of gold, because gold leads and silver follows.
Yeah, just look at the gold silver ratio. If it goes back down to what it did in 2011, we're almost at $100 silver with gold price right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I'd like to get, this is about as close to politics as I want to go tonight here, Tim, but I do want to talk about tariffs. Can I bring up, oh, he's ready for this.
Everything
You're
depends on
ready.
tariffs.
You're ready. I know.
You want to say what the price of gold should be? Well, Trump's going to put a tariff on it.
All
If
right.
you-
Now, hold on a second, Tim. You're ready to
What is
fly
this-
out of
what
here.
is this ad
This,
I have
no,
here?
this this is what I want to show you. You actually, I read some of this to you, kind of like what Cole from SD Bullion had to say. But this was the 25. Just let me read this for people who might not know what we're talking about, and then you can give me your opinion on it. I want to hear everybody's opinion on it. We have a 25% tariff pending February 1st for Canada and Mexico. All right. So the question is, are we going to see this reflected with silver? If you look at some of the facts here, Canada and Mexico are major silver suppliers. Canada, 18% of U.S. silver imports, Mexico, 44%. So what would a 25% tariff do on raw silver and bullion coins? Would it affect Canadian maple leafs or Libertads? What would this mean? And the quote that I sent you, Tim, earlier from Cole Keller, the COO of SD Bullion, said this: the Trump administration's tariff threats have set the metals markets into a frenzy. Banks and refiners are shifting stockpiles, and physical silver is becoming harder to source. In fact, I was talking with Cole today, and he said it is a really big deal. We're not making this up. This is a problem. So my question to you guys, really simply, is: are we going to see the impact with silver and gold due to tariffs, and what is the likelihood that the tariffs are actually going to go through versus just be a threat from Trump? Tim, why don't you go first?
My opinion is that these threats of tariffs are just an excuse. Keep in mind that tariffs are going to come from Donald Trump. He has no reason to place a tariff on silver or gold. That's like committing a political suicide. Let's say cars that are made, Chinese cars that are made in Mexico, yes, he'll slap a tariff on those. As far as tariffs in Canada, what do they offer us? Wood, water,
hockey. They got hockey.
hockey. Yeah.
You
Well,
mean the 51st state?
I don't think it would help the Bruins. The Bruins they're a foregone conclusion this year, but maybe slapping a tariff on the Montreal Canadiens that wouldn't bother me at all.
But not silver
every
and
time
gold.
they cross the border, you slap me, hit them with a tariff.
Hey,
In Mexico, Mexico's got enough trouble. I think if you were going to tariff anything, it would be drugs coming out of Mexico. But that's really true. I mean, it's a laugh, but when you're talking to the Mexican president, she seems to be a very nice woman. You want to tell her that if the drugs don't stop coming across the border, we're going to start to tariff other things. And same thing with China. If you call Xi Jinping on the phone and say, okay, until the fentanyl stops, we're going to tariff everything out of China. And, that might produce a result.
But this is largely a tool by Trump to get a good
But
deal,
he doesn't
right?
tariff specific things.
True.
Why would he tariff gold or silver? Well, it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't solve a problem. All his tariffs are designed to solve a problem.
What do you guys think, Harry? Do you think there is a likelihood of silver and gold being tariffed? Is that going to happen, and what impact do you think that would mean?
I don't think so. I think it's a tool being used by the president to get whatever we need out of a certain country, or to prevent certain activities like Tim's implied with the drugs from Canada or from Mexico and China. On the other hand, I personally have no problem with tariffs, because I agree with the president that we've been taken advantage of in so many ways. I mean, we are prevented from sending, for instance, rice to Japan. I mean, we probably grow more rice in California than they do in all of Japan, but we can't sell it there. And so things like that are grossly unfair. But I think prior to getting these tariffs put on anything, Trump will try to get whatever the tariffs meant to punish them for, and therefore we may not see tariffs at all. So I'm not too concerned that bullion is going to be tariffed at all. No, I'm not.
Love that.
What do you think, Adrian?
Yep, pretty much along those lines. Here's the thing with Trump: a lot of things that he does say, he does end up doing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a strong arm move to try and get those things to go through. But kind of along with what Harry said and Tim, I don't think it's something that will occur, but the threat is there.
I mean, if the only thing we got from Canada was silver, there would be a tariff on it. I think we definitely have a vested interest in tariffs on things like lumber, because the lumber just soared during COVID, and those prices haven't come back to where they were pre-COVID. But our relationship with Canada is so strained because of the way that Justin Trudeau, they take advantage of us more than any other country. But their finances are a disaster. So I mean, you're gonna tariff a country like Canada just because there's something unfair about our trade, when you could be damaging that country. And I don't think Trump would do that.
I know leasing gold is something that large players do. And I got a text from Chase, the CEO of SD Bullion, who said that the leasing rates are going from 0.8% to 15.1% per month on gold.
And that's at the LBMA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So
that is
some
huge.
of the mints who actually lease the gold,
Yep.
and then they make their products, and sell and pay for it, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're like not out of business, but it's like scary, right? I mean, with their margins,
Right.
like
Yep.
like Argo Horaeus, some of these other ones, like what are they going to do? Stop making stuff.
All right, so we get just a couple more super chats. Thank you guys all. Tiger Stackers give me a hard time, but thank you for the $20, buddy. James, thank you for the $1. Frank, thank you for the $5. He thinks tariffs will spike everything. And Cranky Stacker super chat at $10. Legends all, he says, yes, I agree. We're looking at some awesome
got 'em.
legends right in front of you.
it
Redneck
happen.
also super chat $10. Trump already does not like VATs. He will not VAT silver and gold. My overseas brothers and sisters know of this. Thank you all for the super chats. Really, really appreciate it. Can we maybe see if Tim and Harry and Adrian will play a little fun game at the end here?
You guys want to play a fun game?
Sure.
Okay.
What is
What's the
your
prize?
This is just for fun. We're not going to hold
Okay,
your
for
feet to
fun.
the fire. Dragons and I have already made our predictions, but what's
Oh,
your
yeah.
what's your silver price prediction for 2025?
For end of year, right? Not
End
the
of year,
highest it goes.
not mid-year. By the end of 2025, this year, where do you think silver will be per ounce spot price? Tim?
Over 30, under 40.
Oh, that's not.
That's pretty wide.
That's really wide.
That's
Come on.
not okay.
Pin it down a little bit.
What's
Give me-
Put a
the
dollar
high
in it.
we've seen this year in the last year? Probably what, 32 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, 32 to 40 is 8 points. Oh, I'll put it right in the middle.
35?
36, 35, 36,
Okay.
somewhere in there.
Okay.
And
I'm going to go conservative for you. I'm going to say 35
I'm
for
putting
Tim.
a lot of faith in our president
I
to
know.
keep prices down.
I know you are.
And optimism is the enemy of the metals. Pessimism is what boosts the metals. On the last subject, by the way, regarding gold, and I understand the kind of the lease rates, but what's happened in Switzerland, it was great producers of gold, is most of the gold now comes from Turkey. And I suspect that depends on where your gold is coming from. If it's getting to be kind of expensive, you can always go to South Africa. You can always go to Turkey. Some other Middle Eastern country or Eastern European country
That have a
will
Chinese
be glad
mine.
to step in and sell you the gold. And I just think that's, where is all the mining coming? Well, Africa. A lot of mining coming from Africa.
Owned by
China.
China. Right.
China's. But the ones that they mine, they just bring back and they force every bank in China to have stored in their vaults. I mean, China is a different story. It's a different world. But I think there's still enough sources of gold that when it gets to be expensive from whatever your source is, go find another source. And I kind of agree with everything that Cole says because he's a very intelligent guy. And every conversation I've had with him, when I'm off the phone, I'm thinking, boy, there are a lot of things I should have asked him because he's pretty knowledgeable. I think the tariffs regarding the metals are unnecessary worry about nothing.
All right. Well, Adrian, Harry, you had plenty of time to think of your number for silver while Tim was explaining that to us. I'm going to go to Harry first. Harry, give me, it's just for fun. We're not going to hold you to it. And we'll tell you what ours is after yours, after you guys. say.
$38.
38. Okay.
That's
Wow.
a good answer.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You're
exactly
at
my
35. Harry's at 38. Adrian?
I said actually
38.
36.
That was going to be my guess.
38? Okay, Tim wants 36 now. So both of you are 38. Dragons, what was my guess?
I think yours was what, 36?
Yep, 36. What was yours?
And I put mine out last year, 37.50. So we're kind of all in the right neighborhood, I think.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
We're all
though.
playing The Price is Right.
Well, last year we predicted, what did I say? I said 33.
You said 33. I said 32.33. So, who was closer?
You were, but we both went over.
We did go over,
We
but
did,
you know.
yeah. We were close.
That's the problem. You should be asking is what do you think the high is going to be for, not what it's going to end up. The high is what you want.
You like that better?
Yeah, because
Okay.
because we've had the high this year was, when was it? Sometime in September or something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it was.
Oh yeah, 34.
Yeah, but it just did stay there. I think the best question is, what do you think the high would be for this year?
Ask the question. There's the question, guys. What do you
Okay.
think the high is going to be? All right, Tim. This is fun. I'm writing it down too, just for fun.
Since we are up right now, gold's at 27.75.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Yeah, and
And
silver's
silver's
up.
almost at 31.
Yeah, up 1.25%. So the high, where do you think it'll break? I think it'll hit this year. Now, what the heck?
Well,
I think it'll hit 40
listen,
Whoa.
intra-year. How's that? That's
Okay.
a bold,
in the
hairy
in the last
guess,
24
right?
hours, silver had dropped 68 cents.
Mm.
And now where is it now?
Now it's 30.85. Ask 30.75 bid. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna
About
say 40.
31.
I'm gonna say intra-year 40. What's yours,
Wow.
Tim? I know it's crazy, but I gotta do something crazy here.
End of the year?
No, the high this
The
year.
high of the year.
High of the year. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm not going above 38.
Okay, 38 for you.
Yeah.
Adrian?
I'd like to see it over 40.
Oh, where do you think? Do you think we'll break 40 or hit 40?
I'll go 42.
Woo, Adrian.
No kidding.
Woo.
42. That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's
Oh, come on.
crazy.
Really, Harry? Awesome.
This is a good team, right? Good team.
42. Mine's 40. What's yours, Dragons?
I'll go with the guys. I'll go 42.
Ooh, okay.
Just
I got
keep
them
in
all.
mind, when you get up in that territory, the
what
Comex will burn you.
Yeah, it'll be for a day or an hour. It'll be intraday, you know.
Yeah, we'll buy 5,000 ounces that day, and the next day it'll be 35.
That's how you guarantee to get it to go down. You buy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's your MO, isn't it, Tim? Buy
Listen,
high,
what-
sell low.
Look at the last 2 years. That's what's been happening. You remember when the Reddit guys forced it up to $30? They went from $25 to $30, and by the time they cashed in, the bid had swollen, or the gap between bid and ask was like $2. It's because the Comex that has that right. They
they
can
do.
set the bid anytime they want to, and it can be, that's the price at which they'll buy back the contracts.
Hey, Adrian, do you think you'll ever live to see the Comex lose control and basically be unable to settle other than with fiat currency?
I mean, I think it's only a matter of time. I hope I get to see that day because I myself and a few of your fellow followers will be very happy to see that.
I mean, yeah, but also, what will that mean in our economy? I just can't
That's-
imagine.
Keep in mind
it's a
that-
fine balance. It's like, how we're all preparing for that scenario, right, where silver just explodes and the world's coming to an end or whatever it might be. But
We don't want
how
that.
will life be when silver's $50 an ounce,
Well,
$100 an ounce?
that won't
whatever-
happen until you elect another Democrat president.
Tim.
I think we got to get to the wheel.
We do? Oh, that means I have to stop capturing the names. I'll give him 5 seconds. And then by now they should have put something in the chat. And what are we going to give away? What are we going to give away?
I think SD Bullion's got some of those cool bars.
Yes, they
Is that
do.
what we're
But
doing?
I, you know what? I don't think that's sufficient.
I think it should be Trump coins.
You want it to be a Trump?
I think you should be giving away Trump coins since you can't get them anywhere.
We love the different names of people that are commenting.
All right. Tell you what, because this is such a special, momentous occasion to have both Harry, Adrian, and Tim on at the same time. Tim, will you show what I will also give away?
Seriously?
Seriously, Tim.
Is this?
I can't just buy this from
Oh,
you?
Tim, this
Let's
is a
see.
giveaway. Hold
Not
it
for
up.
you, Tim.
Hold it up.
Oh, jeez. It's like the nicest portrait of Trump
Wow.
on any coin.
That
That's-
is
how
a
big is that?
It
5
has
ounce Trump round. I'm not
That's
going to do this
reverse.
every time, but this is such an incredible opportunity. We had almost.
Adrian, put your name in the giveaway real quick.
Wow. Okay. No, it's too late now, and I already did it. I already got the names. But you know what? I do.
Now, this came from Scottsdale.
This is Scottsdale Mint's design. It was trumped by Trump. They had to cease and desist. All of them. You had to buy their official Trump round, which was hideous.
That's a nice giveaway.
But thank you. But they are still
Whoever gets it,
working.
I might buy it from you.
I got another one I might tell you. I want you. I definitely. Yeah. But this I want to give away. I want to give this away.
Nice. That's very nice.
I really do. And let me just bring up what else we're going to be giving away. Let's see. Not that. Here we go. There we go. Let me.
The square ones.
Yeah, so right here, this is directly from SD Bullion, a 1 ounce SD Bullion cross and flag square silver bar. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to tell SD Bullion. We're going to give away 2 of these.
Let's do it.
I'm just going to, don't ask permission, ask forgiveness. I'll talk to Chase. I'll say, dude, it was just so epic. We had to give 2 away.
We had to do it. We
we
broke the
had
record.
to.
2,700 people
One
on
for
Silver
Harry
Pros.
and Adrian, and then 1 for Tim. So we're going to do 2. He's going to yell at me. No, he won't. He'll be happy. We're going to give away 2 of those, and we'll do it on the wheel. There's
Let's
the
do it.
wheel. Let me pull up the names.
Best of luck, everyone.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, and let's put that in here.
And if for some reason it lands on Silver Dragons or Yankee, then we gotta pony up another giveaway.
Another
I guess,
ounce.
another
I know.
one. Yeah.
Let's not have that happen. Okay. I'm just put a $5, a 5 ounce Trump out there. I bought a bunch of these, and I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to get them before they were stopped. So I'm hoping
I know.
it'll make someone's day really a-okay. All right. So definitely want to see that. Let's see. It's going to take a while to load all these up, guys. Be patient here. Lots of names on this one.
And can I just say, everyone here in the chat, thank you for being here, and we do want to say a big thank you to Tim, Harry, and Adrian, for giving up their time. They could be with their families, but they're here with the whole community. So big thanks to all of them for sure.
Wow.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It's a privilege to be with all you guys, especially to be here with Tim and with Yankee. Thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate
Oh,
it.
you're very welcome.
Same here. Heartfelt thank you to all you guys, viewers, subscribers, and Tim and Yankee and Dragons, of course, for taking time out of your day to meet with us. And like Harry said earlier in the video, it's nice to, I used to watch your guys' videos, and now we're here talking, and it's a little surreal. So I'm humbled and honored. Thank you.
And Silver Dragons invented us practically, so thank you. Silver
It's
Dragons.
really,
Invented
it's
you?
really a shame that
And
these
he
guys are so
discovered us
far
anyway.
away.
What was that? Wait a minute. What was that, Tim?
It's a shame they're so far away. I'd love to visit their operation out there in
I know.
in
Well,
Oregon.
Tim, you're welcome. You're welcome anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Harry
We have
and
a few
Adrian.
people
Thank
who
you.
are asking Yankee and me to travel. So
I know they are, and we're going to.
We're going to,
Definitely. If you
yeah.
would just shut down the shop for a day, for goodness sakes.
that's
We
what
got to
we're doing.
get to the wholesaler, too. You keep giving me a hard time about the Sterling, and I keep telling
they made me
you.
some really good offers on that
Then
Sterling,
let's
so.
just get a date. I'm more calendar driven than you are. You just wing it. You just wing it every day.
I
You just
keep
wing every day.
finding more and more Sterling.
Okay.
I mean, you went
Maybe
through-
Tim,
what
we
did
can
you
make
go
a
through,
we can make a
1,000
trip up there
ounces?
to you and come.
Oh,
to your
I'm
shop.
going.
What'd you
going.
say?
If you guys go, I'm going.
What? Oh, out here? You're welcome to definitely
Yeah.
come out here. We'll show you the town. Oh, yeah, that would be great, guys. All right. Let's go back. Let's do 3 spins, okay? We're going to do 2 of those Trump bars, and then we're going to, I'm sorry, 2 of those SD Bullion
The
bars, the
flag
Bullion,
and cross.
and flag, square, and then we'll do the 5 ounce Trump medallion. All right, let's shuffle this up really well. And spin. Good
So
luck,
this
everyone.
this is the wheel that's not rigged.
It's
correct?
never rigged.
I don't know. I've never won anything.
Oh, Tim, stop it.
I just want to make sure you
Come on,
pulled
man,
up the
you're
right
killing me.
one, Yankee, the unrigged
No,
wheel.
Yankee one time, just to show me it wasn't ring, he put his name in there and my name on it, and neither of us won.
Well, of course. I am making
no,
converts to not Rig Nation one winner at a time. And
The only names that were in there were yours and mine, and neither
Stop
of us
it.
won.
Stop it. Maya, the happy one. Congratulations, Maya. Email me your mailing address at yankee.stacking@gmail.com. You won the cross and flag bar from SD Bullion. Also include your phone number just in case they need to get in touch with you. So, Maya, awesome job. And then now let's, I won't shuffle it again. We'll just spin again. This is for a second bar from SD Bullion. All right,
Best
here we
of luck,
go.
everyone.
Good luck. Second bar.
Maya is going to be the happy one after that.
Maya
spin.
will be the happy one. Yeah, let's see who else will be happy here. We've got.
I don't see my name on it, Yankee. What's
if
up with
you
that?
put a comment in, it's in there.
Yeah, but I was, and I didn't see it.
Oh, stop it. Hodge Mods. We've got Fremont House. Can they get it? No, Hodge Mods with the win for the second flag bar from SD Bullion. So let's remove that one. And here comes the last one. I am going to shuffle this up one really well. This is for the 5-ounce Trump medallion. It's my pleasure to be able to give it to one lucky winner, and here it goes.
Yeah, that's a great giveaway.
Well, I was pretty pumped by having you guys here on my live stream. So this is a way to show appreciation.
Yeah.
We got here. The names are slowing down. And I see Alex,
Jake,
Benjamin,
Benjamin.
MG.
Oh, MG.
I think
maybe?
MG's going to pull it away from Benjamin. MG gets the big one. Congratulations, MG. You won. All right.
I would like to win that.
I know.
How many, yeah, Yankee. How many more of those you got? in there?
A few more. How many more do I have of those?
Well, yeah.
3 more, maybe? Yeah, 3 more. I gotta give. I'm gonna have to sell. I'm gonna have to sell one of those to you. Right?
Well, you know what? For everyone in the chat, if you didn't get your question answered, we do apologize. I mean, you know, this is a record. We've never had this many people on.
Yeah,
Thank
this is
you all so
incredible.
much for showing up. But we'll have to do it again. We'll have to run it back, and
Yes.
and we'll have to have these awesome
Put
coin
a-
dealers on again.
Put a yes in the chat if you would like to have Adrian, Harry, and Tim on again together on a live stream. Just put it in the chat. Let's show some appreciation here. All right.
I know I'm there. If you invite me, I'm there.
If you
Here.
you're
it
gonna
is.
come out here, oh, well, that would be fantastic. Go on site.
But what I meant was, I don't like to fly very much, but I would be on a Zoom chat with you guys. But
Oh,
I
great.
think I could get on a plane to visit Tim. I could do that.
That would be fun. Yeah, we'll return the visit.
So Harry, where were you said you were in Connecticut? Did you live there for a time or?
No, I was just there for a meeting for a couple of days once. That's all.
Okay.
No, I've mostly lived in California, Oregon, and New York. So, but that's not New England, I'm told. So I guess I've never been.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim, I wish you
Upstate
continued
New York.
success. I really do admire the work you do, and what I've learned from listening to you on your casts here, and also I wish Yankee, your dad, a speedy recovery. And God bless him.
Thank you so much, Harry. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing
Lucky to
much
have
better.
him.
He's doing much better. But thank you for that. I appreciate it
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, you and I should be so lucky to get to that age.
I know, 92. Absolutely, Tim. You're gonna get there. Keep it up. You just need to ease up on the shop. Just how many days are you open, Harry? A week?
6.
Okay, that's impressive. All right.
You know, in the Bible, God rested on the 7th day, but He worked the 6th. So
That's
it's
true.
quite a good example.
Oh,
for all
okay.
of
So
us.
how many people in your shop helping you out?
It's,
There's Adrian and I, and then 5 others, 6 others.
yeah, so
6
eight,
others.
8 of us.
8 plus me sometimes.
But there's
no,
only
I
2
don't
that are
count.
here 6 days a week. Maybe we could throw Richard in, maybe 3.
How many
So
people?
maybe 5. Call it 5.
How many people help you, Tim?
My daughters do help.
Occasionally.
You do it all yourself, Tim?
He is a one-man show.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have to go back there tonight too.
Wow.
Wow.
God bless you, man.
Hats off.
I
Yep.
try to get out of there before 3 in the morning.
I didn't ask this question earlier, but what the heck? What are your hobbies outside of coins and bullion? Harry, what do you like to do?
I honestly, this is about all I do, all I think about. I love my grandchildren and I love my nap on Sunday afternoon, but truthfully, this is all I do.
Wow. That's impressive.
Believe that.
Wow. And Adrian,
Yes.
what do you like to do outside the shop?
Well, of course, spend time with my family. But as far as hobbies,
Yeah.
it's I really enjoy cars. I like Mustangs. I've been a Mustang guy since I can drive, so I enjoy cars and other fun American things.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, Tim, you're a
If
motorhead
drinking
too,
red wine
right?
is a hobby, then I guess I have that hobby too.
Well, Tim's a motorhead too. You enjoy
nice,
cars.
Tim.
I actually have a fleet of cars that I started to restore until my life
Oh, man.
changed. And then,
Could you share at least one of them? What cars do you have?
well, that one that I'm really anxious to get restored, unfortunately, I may have to send it back to England, is a 1967 Lotus Super 7 Series 2.
Wow.
And if you sometime Google Lotus Super 7 Series 2, you'll know exactly what it looks like. And mine's a yellow one.
You need to unlock your iPhone first.
What was
Been
that,
listening to you,
Tim?
Tim.
This happens all the time.
What?
I don't know if it's Apple or someone in the government who's listening to me 24 hours a day.
Jeez.
But I don't believe I said, "Hey Siri."
Don't say
So,
that.
That's
looks like it's
that's
from the
not a Series
50s
2.
or 60s or what year is yours,
Which?
The 60s, I think.
What a Super 7.
Tim?
The Lotus, it's a 67.
67. Very nice.
Does it look like that?
It's actually yellow. Well, yeah, that's the same fender arrangement. That one has the motorcycle fenders.
Okay. Wow. All right. That is pretty cool.
And I also have a 1959 Morgan.
Very nice.
And I have a Porsche 356B,
Ooh, nice.
I haven't seen these, man. I gotta come over. and
two
check 'em out.
MGAs, and an MGTC, and let's see, maybe 4 or 5 MGBs.
I didn't know this. That's amazing.
I was in the middle of restoring all of those when my wife passed away. And so they just all got put away in different places, and there they sit. I have been in discussions with a restorer in Connecticut, and I may end up sending a few down
Oh,
there.
wonderful. Cool.
Not sure what I'm going to do with a Lotus, because that may have to go back to England.
Wow. Well, again, thanks so much, guys, for doing this with us. This is a lot of fun. And wow, we got to do it again. Right, Dragons?
We got to run it back. I'm excited for next time. We'll carve out some time and we'll pick your guys' brains. So this was a lot of fun. Thank you for doing it.
Yes.
Thanks
and
for having
Yeah,
us.
thank you guys.
Special thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
All right.
Yankee.
We'll see you
Dragons.
guys on episode 2 of Silver Pros on Silver Dragons channel next time on Silver Pros.
Stack like a pro. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.